Tae-ho Kim looked at the job posting again. The pay was 5 times more than any other job in the Galactic Confederation. He smiled. This was perfect. The office building of the Universal Disposal Agency stood tall among the other alien structures. Inside, beings from 100 different planets moved quickly, their faces tense. Tae-ho walked to the front desk where a green-skinned alien sat. "I'm here about the disposal technician job," he said. The alien looked up, all 3 of its eyes blinking in surprise. "You? A human. Are you sure you're in the right place?" "Yes. I want to apply." The alien made a sound like laughter. "Wait here." 10 minutes later, Tae-ho sat across from Senior Disposal Officer Krith. Krith had 6 arms and blue skin that seemed to shimmer under the lights. "Human, do you understand what this job is?" Krith asked. His voice was deep and slow. "Yes, you need people to clean up dangerous space waste. Things like broken time pockets and reality tears." Krith leaned forward. "This is not just dangerous, human. 62 workers died last year. No one has survived more than 7 jobs." Tae-ho nodded. "I understand the risks. Why would you want this job? Are humans this desperate for money?" Tae-ho thought about Earth, about his small apartment, about the stars he had always wanted to see up close. "We humans have a special relationship with danger," he said. "Sometimes we run toward it, not away." Krith made a buzzing sound that might have been confusion. "The training is hard. The work is harder. You will probably die." "I'll take those odds." 3 days later, Tae-ho finished his training. He learned how to use the special suit that protected him from time shifts. He practiced with tools that could seal holes between dimensions. He memorized the warning signs of quantum collapse. The other trainees, all aliens from advanced species, watched him with curiosity. One, a tall being with skin like crystal, approached him during a break. "Why are you not afraid?" the alien asked. "Your species is so fragile." Tae-ho shrugged. "I am afraid. But fear doesn't stop humans. Sometimes it pushes us forward." On his first day of real work, Tae-ho stood with his team near a time distortion. 3 technicians had already died trying to fix it. The swirling mass of broken time looked like a storm made of glass. "Remember," said the team leader, a 4-armed alien named Vex, "if the readings go into the red zone, retreat immediately." Tae-ho checked his equipment one last time. His heart beat fast, and his hands were slightly shaky. But he felt strangely calm, too. This was what he was made for. "Beginning approach," he said into his comm. As he stepped toward the distortion, the aliens watched from a safe distance. They were sure they would never see the human again. But Tae-ho had a secret that the aliens didn't understand. Humans had evolved on a dangerous planet. They had survived predators, disasters, and their own wars. Fear was an old friend to humans, one they had learned to use, not obey. Tae-ho took another step forward, then another. His instruments began to beep warnings, but he kept going. The aliens watched in amazement as the small human walked straight into what should have been certain death. 6 months passed. The aliens at the Universal Disposal Agency could not believe what was happening. Tae-ho Kim had not died. In fact, he had completed 27 dangerous jobs. No one in the history of the agency had ever done that. Krith, the 6-armed blue alien, called an emergency meeting. "The human is breaking all our records," Krith said to the room full of alien managers. "And now he has brought more humans to work with us." On the big screen, they watched a video of the newest human workers. Jae-yun Park, a woman with short black hair, was floating near a quantum instability, a place where reality itself was breaking apart. Most aliens would panic near such a thing. But Jae-yun was smiling. "Is she enjoying this?" asked one of the managers. In another video, 3 humans worked together near a tear in spacetime. Hyun-woo Choi was carefully using a special tool to fix the tear. Behind him, twins Do-yoon and Hejun Lee were holding equipment. and singing. They are making music while facing death, said Krith. I do not understand humans at all. At the main science lab, Chief Analyst Zoltar was trying to make sense of the data. Zoltar belonged to a species known for their big brains and logical thinking, but the human situation did not seem logical. Look at these survival rates, he said to his assistant Phlox. Before humans joined, we lost 8 out of 10 technicians on dangerous jobs. With humans leading the teams, we only lose 1 out of 10. Phlox, a small purple alien with large eyes, looked at the charts. Maybe their primitive brains don't fully understand the danger. No, that's not it, said Zoltar. Their brain scans show they understand the risks perfectly. They just respond differently than any other species. In the break room, Jai-Yun was telling stories about Earth to a group of fascinated aliens. On my planet, I used to dive deep in the ocean to fix underwater equipment, she said. The pressure could crush you. There were dangerous animals, and if your air supply failed, you would drown. Why would you do such a job? Asked a green alien. Jai-Yun smiled. The challenge, the thrill, the feeling of doing something few others can do. The aliens looked at each other in confusion. Later that day, Tai-Ho met with Krith in his office. I want to start a special human team for the most dangerous jobs, Tai-Ho said. We can handle the worst cases that keep killing your other workers. Krith's skin changed color slightly, a sign of stress. The Galactic Safety Council is very interested in humans now. They want to study why you are so good at this work. We can help with that too, Tai-Ho said. But first, I need permission to bring more humans to the agency. More. You want more humans to face these dangers? Tai-Ho nodded. Trust me, when word gets out about this job on Earth, we'll have thousands of applicants. Humans love a good challenge. As Tai-Ho left the office, he passed a window looking out into space. He stopped to admire the view of stars and distant galaxies. Tomorrow, he would lead his team to fix a particularly nasty time bubble that had already claimed 12 lives. He wasn't afraid, or rather, he was, but that feeling only made him more focused, more alive. The aliens would never understand that for humans. Fear was a tool, not a master. The large meeting room at the Galactic Science Academy was full. Beings from 27 different planets sat in rows, all waiting to hear about the human mystery. Why could these short-lived, physically weak creatures do the most dangerous job in the galaxy better than anyone else? Dr. Sun Mei Kang walked to the front of the room. She was a small woman with a calm face and steady hands. On Earth, she had been a top brain scientist. Now she was here to explain humans to the galaxy. Thank you for coming, she said. Today I will tell you why humans are good at handling dimensional waste. She touched a button, and a large image of a human brain appeared in the air. Every thinking being feels fear, she said. Fear helps keep us alive. It tells us to run from danger. She showed another image, this time of an alien brain. When most advanced species sense deadly danger, their brains shut down higher thinking. They can only run or freeze. She pointed to different parts of the alien brain model. See how these areas go dark? They cannot think clearly when very afraid. The crowd murmured. This was true for all of them. Now look at the human brain. She changed the image again. When we face deadly danger, these parts of our brain actually work harder. We can still think and solve problems even when very afraid. An alien with tentacles raised one limb. Why would humans evolve this way? It seems unnatural. Earth is a very dangerous planet, Sun Mai explained. We had many predators that could eat us. We had storms, floods, and fires. Early humans who could think clearly while afraid survived better. She showed videos of Tai-Ho and the other human workers facing dimension tears and time bubbles. We don't lack fear, she said. We feel it strongly. But fear makes us sharper, not weaker. We call this the fear paradox. She showed more brain scans and data charts. When a Vexlorian sees mortal danger, Their thinking ability drops by 78%. When a human sees the same danger, their problem-solving ability grows by 23%. The aliens looked at each other in shock. In the years since humans joined your agency, deaths have gone down by 64%. Work gets done 89% faster. This is because we don't freeze when afraid. We focus harder. After her talk, many aliens came to ask Sunma questions. One tall, thin alien with gray skin seemed especially troubled. "Does this mean we can never do what humans do?" it asked. Sunma thought for a moment. "Your species evolved to avoid danger. That was smart for your world. Our species evolved to face danger. That was needed for our world. We are different, but neither is better." The alien didn't seem convinced. "But your way is saving lives now. Our way is causing deaths." "Perhaps," said Sunmi gently, "this is why the galaxy needs many different kinds of people. Each species has its gifts. Ours is facing what scares us most." As Sunma left the academy, she saw a group of young aliens watching videos of human workers. They were trying to copy how the humans moved and acted. Sunma smiled. Perhaps humans were not just good workers, but also good teachers for the galaxy. 5 years passed. The Universal Disposal Agency had changed completely. Now, 78 humans worked there as disposal technicians. Almost all of them survived their missions. This was amazing because before humans came, nearly everyone died doing this job. The Galactic Confederation leaders made a big decision. Earth would become the training center for all-dimensional waste work. They built a huge academy in Seoul, South Korea. It was the most important training school in the galaxy. Aliens came from far planets to learn how humans handled danger. Most of them struggled to copy the human way, but they tried hard. Today was graduation day for the newest class of technicians. The academy's main hall was filled with students, some human, many alien. At the front of the room stood Grand Administrator Zik, the head of all disposal work in the galaxy. 5 years ago, Zik said in his deep voice, "We thought humans were simple creatures. We felt sorry for them because they lived such short lives. They had no natural powers like mind-reading or extra limbs. We were wrong about humans." The crowd was quiet, listening carefully. "We have learned an important lesson. Having advanced bodies is not the only way to be evolved. Humans have shown us that courage, facing fear instead of running from it, may be the highest form of advancement." Tae-ho Kim stood nearby, waiting to give out graduation badges. He was now director of operations for the whole agency. His dark hair had some gray in it now, but his eyes still showed the same calm strength. Next to him stood Jae-yun Park. She had become the top teacher at the academy. Hyun-woo Choi now led research on new safety equipment. The Lee twins ran field training for all new workers. Zik continued, "Before humans came, we lost many lives to dimensional waste. Now we save those lives. We fix problems faster. The galaxy is safer because humans taught us a new way to face danger." One by one, the graduates came forward to get their badges. The alien students looked with respect at their human teachers. They had learned that humans were not simple or weak. They were different in an important way. Later, after the ceremony, Tae-ho stood looking at the night sky. Jae-yun joined him. "Did you ever think this would happen when you applied for that job?" she asked. Tae-ho smiled. "I just wanted to see the stars up close. I never planned to change how the whole galaxy works." "Humans never plan to be important," Jae-yun said, laughing. "We just do what needs doing." The next day, a new class would start training. More humans would learn to face the dangers of broken time and torn space. More aliens would try to understand the human way. And somewhere in the vast darkness between stars, dimensional waste continued to form. But now, instead of certain death, it meant a job to do. A job that humans, with their strange ability to face fear, were perfectly made for. In the huge universe, humans had found their place, not as the strongest or smartest beings, but as the ones who could look at what everyone else feared and step forward with steady hands and calm minds. It was enough. It was important. It was humanity's gift to the stars.